On to the next set of 10 questions. Question 31. Ramesh and Satish started a company with rupees 10 lakhs and rupees 8 lakhs respectively. At two different points during the year, Ramesh withdrew 4 lakhs of capital, Satish brought in rupees 4 lakhs of capital. Okay, so we can straight away, it looks like a ratio of profit share, some percentage in terms of profit is given, comparison. Okay, Ramesh, Satish and Siraj over here. Okay, forgive the handwriting. So you have 10 lakhs, assuming 10 lakhs was there for the entire time period of 12 months. 8 is for the entire time period of 12 months. They started a company. It's not given that it was the start of the financial year, but it's assumed, it's understood, right? It's implied. Otherwise, you won't be able to solve this. At two different points, Ramesh withdrew 4 lakhs of capital. Okay, 4 lakhs went away. For how many months? I don't know, right? Let's call that X. And Satish over here has brought in 4 lakhs of capital for the last Y months of the year. Let's say last Y months of the year, it remained in the business. This was missing in the business for the last X months of the year, right? Because it was withdrawn. Now, eventually we need to find the gap between the capital infusion and capital withdrawal. Now, what about Satish over here? Satish joined as a partner with 23 lakhs as capital, okay? And when was that? That was 8 months after inception. 8 months after the start. That means this 23 lakhs was lying in the business only for the last 4 months after 8 months. 12 minus 8, 4 months, right? So this over here seems to be like the link. There's no variable here. 23 into 4, 25 4s are 100, 23 4s are 92. 8 12s are 96 plus 4y, okay? And over here it's going to be 120 minus 4x. Okay, this over here is nothing but the ratio of profit share, right? Ratio of profits is going to be divided this way. And this is because this is investment into duration, time for which the money was lying in the business in terms of months. Fine. Now what's eventually given at the end of the year, Satish's profit was 28% more than Ramesh. Another ratio of profits is given. Let's assume Ramesh's money, or rather profit, was 100. Then Satish is going to be 28% more than that, so 128. Okay? A ratio is emerging over here. And Siraj's profit was 8% less than Ramesh. Siraj over here is 8% less than 100, and that comes to 92. That's it. Now, in fact, these two are equal. They are linked up in the ratio format, right? So, if this would have been 23 or something else, we'll have to multiply the entire ratio with 4 to equate it, right? Once these two are linked up, the constants, they are equal. The rest of them should also be equal. So, 120 minus 4x equals 100. Then, if 120 minus 4x is 100, then 4x is going to be 120 minus 100. 4x equals 20 and x equals 5. And in this case, 96 plus 4y is 128. So 4y is going to be 32 and y is going to be 8. Okay, perfect. So now what do these x and y mean? X over here means for the last 5 months this money was not there. For the last 5 months. So x over here is indicating that the money was withdrawn on what date? Was withdrawn on August 1st. Right? Why August 1st? If August 1st the money was withdrawn, then the last 5 months, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, August the 8th month, 8th month, full 8th month, 9, 10, 11, 12, for 5 months the money was not in the business, that's what it's saying, right? Minus 4 into x, for x months it was not there in the business. Now, this part might not be very clear, just rewind and watch this again, just ensure that this is absolutely clear for you, right? Visualize these, this might take a bit of time, but once it's there, right? You will remember it properly. Now, if y is 8, right, y is 8, what does that mean? Y, for y months, 4 lakhs was lying in the business, that's why I considered. So for 8 months it was in the business. If it was in the business for 8 months, it came in at the end of the 4th month. End of the 4th month. 4th month is April, end of 4th month. So it came in on May 1st. I'll write in terms of May 1, right? May 1. And August and May, what is the difference over here? That's it. I wrote it in terms of first so that we can just subtract the month numbers and we are done with. August over here is the 8th month, right? And May over here is the 5th month. And the gap over here is 3 months. So option 2 becomes the answer here. On to question 32. Quite a simple question. If you're given something like this, a is to b is 1 is to 3, and you have a huge thing over here, and you have constants, it's all in terms of a and b, just substitute the values which satisfy a is to b is 1 is to 3. You can take any values, 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9 for a and b, right? Anything when the ratio of 1 is to 3. What's the easiest? Take A to be 1 and B to be 3 itself, so that it satisfies 1:3. It's so easy, right? So 1 cube is 1 plus 1 square. It's always 1. Ignore the A's. B over here, focus on the B, is 3 plus 3 square plus 3 cube divided by 3 into A square is 1, B is 3. Okay, so this over here is 27 plus 9, 36 plus 4, that's 40, divided by 3 into 3, which is 9. So the answer over here is option 4, 40 by 9. On to question 33. AB is to BC is to CD is to D is 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to 5. Then what is A square is to E square, the first and the last terms? Are they linked up directly? No. This gives me AB is to DE. Now what about adjacent terms? What does this give me? AB is to BC is 2 is to 3. But if it's AB is to BC, I can cancel out the B and B and I can write A is to C is 2 is to 3. That's it. Okay. Likewise, if I can link C with E, then it makes life easy. And I see that with the next two terms, D and D will get cancelled and C is to E is 4 is to 5. That's it. I just need to link them up. And how do I do that? 3 and 4 over here. For C is the linking term. So this entire ratio into 4, we've seen this in the lessons. And the second ratio into 3, that gives me 2 4s are 8, 3 4s are 12. In both cases it's 12. They're linked up. 3 5s are 15 over here. So A is to E is 8 is to 15. Then A square is to E square. It's going to be 8 square is to 15 square. That's 64 is to 225. Option 1 over here is the answer. On to question 34. The value of a certain gem directly varies with the square of its weight. Okay. The value of a 100-gram gem is rupees 25 lakhs. When this gem is broken into 2, the value reduces by 42%. We're given in terms of percentage, so absolute value doesn't really matter over here. What is the ratio of the weight of the 2 broken gems? Okay. 100 grams broken into 2, 42% is a nice integer over here. So 100 I want it to be split in terms of integers if possible. If 100 is split in the ratio of 5 is to 2, that's 5 plus 2, 7 parts is 100. No, that gives me decimals. 7 plus 3, 10 over here. 7 plus 3 is 10 parts. That sounds good. 100 can be broken as 70 grams, 30 grams, integer number of parts. I will try to substitute these values and see as to what works out. Yeah, 10 and 3 over here, 13, and 14 plus 5, 19. That's not going to divide 100 at all, right? So let's see as to what we get. Now ignore the 25 lakhs, it doesn't really matter, right? The value of a certain gem directly varies with the square of its weight. So value of the 100-gram gem is going to be K into 100 square of its weight, right? That's 10,000 K. Yeah. Now, what if it's broken into 2? 7 is to 3 ratio, 100 grams gets broken into 70 grams and 30 grams, right? 70 and 30. Then it's going to become K into 70 square plus K into 30 square, right? 70 square is 4,900. This is 900. 4,900 plus 900 is 5,800 K, right? So 5,800 K it becomes. Now, what is the reduction in the value, right? This is the value over here. Once it's broken, what's the reduction in the value? The reduction is 4,200 K, right? And 4,200 K is what percentage of this? That's 42%. 4,200 divided by 10,000, right? That satisfies. Option 2 is the answer over here. You should not be looking to write more than this. Yeah. Okay. Moving to the next question. The Howrah-Puri Express can move at 45 kilometers per hour without its rake, and the speed is diminished by a constant. Okay, that varies as the square root of the number of wagons attached. You need to note that the speed is diminished by some constant. You have a speed. The speed gets reduced by some value. D might be a little confusing. Let's call it x. Yeah, x. Speed is reduced by x. That's the constant over here. That varies as a square root of the number of wagons attached. So x over here, the x is what is k into root of number of wagons. Now, what is the speed at which it can travel without its rake? Without its rake means without any compartments attached or wagons attached. That's 45. That's given to me. So 45 minus x is the speed of the train. Okay, speed of the train. And x over here is k root w. Okay, what are we given over here? If it is known that with 9 wagons, the speed is 30 kilometers per hour. If the speed was 30 instead of 45, it got diminished by 15, right? The speed got diminished by 15 because there were 9 wagons attached, k into root 9. So root 9 over here is 3, you divide over here, you get a 5, so k over here is 5. Okay, what is the greatest number of wagons with which the train can just move? It can just about move. Okay, the best way to answer this to find out as to when the train never moves. The train would never move if this diminishing part, right, what is going to, 45 is going to reduce by, if that is equal to 45. If x is 45, the train never moves. 45 minus 45, 0 is the train speed. So if x is equal to 45, which is nothing but k root w, and k we have found to be 5, right? What is root w going to be, right? So 9 equals root w, w equals square both sides, and you get 81. Which means if there are 81 wagons, x is 45, and the train never moves, right? You add more wagons, the train is going to get slower. At 81 wagons, the speed is 0, it just doesn't move. So for it to move, you have to reduce this by 1, and it will just about move at 80 wagons. On to question 36. A salesman sells 2 kinds of trousers, cotton and woolen. A pair of cotton trousers is sold at 30% profit, and a pair of woolen trousers sold at 50% profit. Okay. The salesman has calculated that if he sells 100% more woolen trousers than cotton trousers, and everything is in percentage terms, but I have a cotton, I have a woolen, I don't know the cost prices. So let the CP, cost prices, be C and W. Okay, so cotton and woolen, let the cost price be C and W. What's the profit cost cotton, each cost price per item, right, or per trouser? What is the profit per trouser? That's going to be 30% profit on a cotton, so that's 0.3 C, and 50% on this, that's 0.5 W. Okay, the salesman has calculated that if he sells 100% more woolen than cotton, 100% more means it's double, 100% extra. So if cotton was one cotton trouser was sold, 100% more is going to be 2 woolen trousers sold. Only then it's this plus 100% of it. So 2 woolen plus 1 cotton, right? What's going to be the profit? We told that it's 45% profit. So 1C plus 2W, right? 1 cotton would have given you 0.3C profit. 2 woolen would have been 2 into 0.5W. Now this is equal to 45% overall. 45% is 0.45 of the overall C plus 2W of cost price, right? So 0.3C plus this is W equals 0.45C plus 0.9W. You can skip some steps over here and bring the 0.3C there, and you get a 0.15C, and this is 0.1W, and you get a C by W equals 10 by 15 or 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Now you can just assume some values. It's all in percentage terms. Let this be 200 rupees. Let this be 300 rupees, 2:3 ratio. 0.3C, 30% of this is 60 profit per trouser. Cotton trouser and profit woolen trouser, half of this, 150 rupees. However, he ends up selling 50% more, half more cotton than woolen. So woolen was 2 trousers, half of this is one extra, so that becomes 3 cotton trousers, right? Get this part right, rewind and watch this again if need be. 50% half, 2 in my denominator, I'll give that to woolen. 50% more cotton than woolen, half of this extra is 3, right? So given this half, the 2 in the fraction, the denominator, I take this as 2. Okay, so now on to 3C plus 2W. What's going to be the overall profit, right? 3 of cotton, 360s are 180, plus 2 Ws are 300, right? Okay, divided by 3 into 200 is 600, plus 2 into 300 is 600, and into 100%, okay. 180 plus 300 is 480, 480 by 1200, okay. 120 I can divide, 120 I can divide, I get a 10. 4 by 10 of 10, 100%, that's 40%, right? So the answer is option 2. On to question 37. One part of a hostel's monthly expense is fixed and the other part is proportional to the number of its boarders. The hostel collects rupees 1600 per month, okay, that's what they collect for each boarder. When the number of boarders is 50, so that is F plus 50V, right? 50 people are there. 50 times the variable cost per boarder plus fixed cost of the entire hostel, right? F plus 50V. The profit of the hostel is 200 per boarder. So the profit of the hostel is 200 per boarder. The cost is going to be 1600 minus 200. 1400 per boarder. And how many boarders are there? There are 50 boarders in this case, right? It's collecting 1600 per month, and if its profit is 200 per person, the remaining 1400 per person was the cost, but the total cost, right? 1400 into 50 is going to be the total cost for 50 boarders. Now, when the number was 75, right, then it's F plus 75V, the total cost. The profit is what is told to us, that's 250 per boarder, okay? Now, if the profit is 250, 1600 minus 250 is 1350. But for how many such boarders? 75 such boarders into 75, right? F plus 75V is 1350 plus into 75. So when the number of boarders is 80, the total profit of the hostel is what? So F plus 80V is your expense. You find 1600 into 80 minus of this. We can solve for F and V and then substitute over here. It's a painful process. Let's see if we can speed this up a little bit, okay? So now, what's the difference between these two? Bottom minus top, F and F are cancelled. Bottom minus top, 25V. Bottom minus top, I'll just write it as it is, 1350 into 75 minus 1400 into 50. A 25 I can cancel over here and I get a 3. I can cancel over here and get a 2. 1350 into 3, 1300 into 3 is 3900 plus 50 into 3, 150. 4050, or you can just use the calculator, yeah, minus 2800 equals 1250 is the variable cost per boarder, right, per boarder over here. Now, what has been the profit with 75 people, right, at 250 per boarder, or you can take it as, 50 with 200 is also easy to compute. With 50 people, right, into 200, we have made a profit of 10,000. Right? Now, I want to know at 80 boarders. Now, the profit over here is after deducting the fixed cost, right? Now, at 80 boarders, I have 30 more boarders coming in. Now, each of these 30 boarders, what is the variable margin? The fixed cost is covered. The revenue per boarder, 1600 minus 1250. 1600 minus 1250. I'm just writing it down for your steps. 1600 minus 1250 is nothing but 350 rupees. 350 into 30 over here. 35 3s are 105. 105 00. 105 00. You add this up and you get your 2500, right? Get rid of one of the zeros over there. And we get option 3 is the answer. You can also substitute, find the F value and plug it in over here, and you should get the same answer, but it's just a little time consuming. On to question 38. A person buys tea of 3 different qualities at 800, 500 and 300 kg respectively, and the amounts bought are in the proportion of 2:3:5. So cost prices we can immediately find out by applying the weighted average here. Fine. She mixes all the tea and sells 1/6 of the mixture at 700 per kg. Great. The price in INR per kg at which he should sell the remaining tea, the remaining 5/6. To make an overall profit of 50%. Okay, fine. Let's find the average CP over here. So 2 into 800 plus 3 into 500 plus 5 into 300 divided by sum of weights. 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 10. Okay, so what do we get over here? We can knock off a 0 over here and we get 160 plus 150 plus 150, that's 300 plus 160, 460 rupees per kg, right? Per kg is the cost price. But I want an overall profit of 50% into 1 by 2, right? 1 plus 50 by 100 is 1 by 2. Should be skipping steps over here. 1 plus half over here is nothing but 3 by 2, you should know. And this you divide over here, you get a 230, and 230 into 3 is going to be 690 per kg is the overall SP, right? Overall selling price has to be 690 per kg. Now we are told that 1/6 is sold at 700. Again, two ways to do it. Let's use the allegations first, then I'll do the other method over here. Allegations will be quicker, right? 690 is the overall price and 700 over here for 1/6. So the remaining 5/6, 1:5 ratio, what should this price be over here? 700 minus 690, that's 10 parts, right? 10 rupees over here is 5. Then what is to 10 is 1:5, 2 is to 10. So 690 minus what is 2? 690 minus 688, right? Those of you know allegations, you'll be able to quickly answer this. If you do not know allegations or it doesn't strike for you at this moment, you can always, assume a value, right? We can say 1 kg was sold at 700 rupees. The remaining 5/6 is 5 kg sold at what price, right? At what price to get me an overall price of 6 into 690, right? This is a little painful. 6 into 700 is 4,200 minus 60. That is going to be 4140. I'll use the calculator here. 4140 minus 700 is going to give you 3,440. 5 you have to divide over here. 3,500 by 5 is 700. 60 by 5 is 12. 700 minus 12, you will get 688. It's the same value eventually. On to question 39. The profit from the sale of 3 pens equals that from 5 pencils. The price at which a pen is sold is twice the cost at which a pencil is purchased. If the profit from selling a pencil is 20% the cost, there's a lot of, there's no absolute value over here, right? It's very difficult to solve this unless you form a table. And we know that it's going to be CP plus profit equals SP for 1 pen and 1 pencil, right? 1 pen and 1 pencil. Let's do that, right? The profit from sale of 3 pens. 3 into profit of a pen, I'll write it as N, equals 5 into profit of a pencil, PL. So what is PN by PL? PL, that's going to be 5 by 3. So profit over here, if this is 5A, this is 3A, right? For 1 pen and 1 pencil, 5:3, 5A and 3A over here. The price at which a pen is sold is twice the cost at which a pencil is purchased. Price at which a pen is sold, selling price of 1 pen is 2 times this cost price of a pencil. So if this is B, this is 2B, okay? If the profit from selling a pencil is 20% or 1/5 of the cost at which a pen is purchased. Profit from selling a pencil 3A is 20% or 1/5 is 1/5 of cost price of a pen. This is 1/5 of a pen. If this is 3A, this should be 15A, 5 times that. Only then this is 1/5 of this, right? 15A plus 5A is 20A. That's the CP plus profit is SP. If 20A is 2B, B is going to be 10A, half of that. 10A plus 3A is going to be 13A over here. Everything in terms of one variable A. What is the overall profit from selling 5 pencils and 10 pens? Ignore the variables. Just write 15, 10, let A be 1. Yeah. And 5 over here and we get 20. By selling 10 pens and 5 pencils, right? Read it the correct way. 10 pens and 5 pencils. What's the profit percentage going to be? 10 5s are 50 plus 5 3s are 15 divided by cost price. 10 into 15 is 150 plus 5 into 10 over here is 50. 65 by 200 is 32.5 by 100. What is this in percentage terms? Multiply with 100% and you get 32.5%, option 2. On to question 40. A trader sells rice at rupees 120 per kg. On a particular day, he decided to reduce the price to rupees 100 per kg. Fine, he then decided to provide 1 kg rice free For every 4 kg purchase, what is the maximum discount offered by the trader? On one particular day, all of this is happening. If somebody is coming to purchase, the person pays for 4 kg, pays for 4 kg and gets 4 plus 1 free, total of 5 kg, right? On a normal day, what's the mark price of this? 120 per kg for 5 kgs. The person is walking away with 5 kg of rice. 120 into 5, 600, right? What is the maximum discount offered? I don't know, I'll come to that. But what is the person paying on that particular day? Is paying only 100 per kg and has to pay only for 4 kgs because 1 kg came free. So I ended up paying only 400 rupees. So the discount offered was 200. So what is the maximum discount offered in percentage terms? Discount percent over here is discount by mark price, 200 by 600. That's 1 by 3, right? And straight away mark it. So 1 by 3, 200 by 3, 100 by 3, which is nothing but 33, 1 by 3%, right? Option 2 over here is the answer.